had by mistake. And so that, by mistake. And this is a form of Mayat and Pu Anubis, Heru, Mayat and Pu, which are Anubis, all in one design. This is coming from the temple. This is coming from King Tut's sarcophagus. And all. So we have these rare photographs. As you see, this is a picture of the temple of Dendera. A picture of the temple of Dendera coming from, that's kind of crooked, but I have a better print of it. Coming from a picture of Heru at Dendera, coming from Napoleon's artist that redid it. And so we have all these also for sale. This is a picture of the goddess Lakshmi, which should pay very close attention to her if you want prosperity in your life. And not only monetary, but prosperity as far as things you're looking for. Each one of these are very rare. You usually see her with clothes on, but the reason why she's voluptuous is because it makes no mistake about it. It is a sister. So there's a reason and there's power in the ones that's very voluptuous. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. I'll just put it down for right now. If I want to use it, I'll put it back up. But right now, you know, and we'll put it back up if I get to that point. But this is this one. If it offends you, just remember this is stuff that is hidden. These things here, most of the time when you see this goddess now, she's white looking with all types of with all this garment on. This is the African or the Kushite form of the original aspect of this goddess Lakshmi. We talked about the Venus transit, where Venus came through and it ushered in the feminine energy. All we had to do was wait and find out what form of Venus would show up. And the form of Venus that showed up was Lakshmi. Very key. You see, and it was one reason why they did that, because I think in actuality, they also want you to focus on the whole planet. The whole planet is ours. You see what I'm saying? So we're not just stuck in one portion. I know we have done the continental African thing for the last 15 years, but we have neglected the entire planet. That's ours. So we have to access all of the Native American aspect, which is nothing but a derivative of Olmec. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going ahead of myself. This one is a voluptuous thing. I don't think you can quite see. These are people making love on a temple that, here again, that they don't want you to see this temple. Why? Because it's very important. Your image around the world is, if you ever look at any TV shows or anything, is never to show black people in passion, embracing. You see what I'm saying? If they don't show you in a romantic level, it somehow dehumanizes you. So romantic aspect is a specialized group for white males and white folks. They have all the romantic movies. You see what I'm saying? And there's a reason for this, a design for Hollywood, because the entire concept of your illumination is based on the original Auset and Osar getting back together. And they already know this type of energy, so the imagery of you in a passionate embrace, they can't show. Here's an entire temple in India that they never show you. You see, very few books. This one came out in the 1960s. There's one that came out in the 90s, and they make sure they cost a whole lot of money. And that is for you not to see you in embrace. I'm going ahead of myself. I'm going ahead of myself. The other ones, so we got all these for sale tonight. Now, you know, so for the people that want to access these, we're not talking about, it's like Ativa said, not just pretty pictures. When I go into the lecture, each one of these will have several meanings. You see what I'm saying? Just by, you say, well, how could that be just by a picture? I said, look. I said, well, look, one of the most important things now is for, especially the sisters, is to somehow connect with love in the aspect of trying to find a mate. And so the Spirit reveals, well, these temples over in India were not just put there just to be pretty. A certain gaze into these things and focus on these pictures, it's like a ritual. A mate will come to you. So that's why we're saying we're selling these things. It's a ritual going on. You want to get a mate, you put this into the subconscious mind, and the subconscious mind gives you what you program it with. You see what I'm saying? And so probably most of your plight is you've been programmed in the Christian way, which is a male-dominated level of the woman always being subordinate. You see what I'm saying? So you're not supposed to express your sexuality. That's why all through the book they talk about the whore. Well, if this book is a part of your colonization, then you need to be looking at the whore. Not necessarily becoming a whore, but they're talking about the celebration of your own sexuality, which you shouldn't be ashamed of. That's Europeans being ashamed of their own sexuality because simply they're not good at it. Especially the male. You see what I'm saying? He's not good at it. You see. So, and as you know, this is also the Temple of Dendera, which is very key here is although you have the Zodiac that Brother Atiba was showing you, why is this picture of Auset or a picture of the black woman? Although it's a European version of the Napoleon, but the Napoleon lithographs are the best on the planet because his artists, he took some of the best artists around Europe to go and recapture it. And they didn't have cameras back there, so we give these because they're some of the best lithographs of the prints. So but there's a connection between this woman and this Zodiac. That means in ultimately the Zodiac is twixt your legs. Between your legs, like Dr. Ben said. You see, their heaven is between your legs. And when we go deeper into this stuff, there's some whole other gateways. And also, you don't even have to have a man to access this. You just need to have a hand. Some Jackson 5 Live. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Jackson Lives. I'm talking about you women. So we want to put the Dendera. Now I was in Chicago a few weeks, so we have to train our people how to learn.